All right, so Ethan, first up, we got some potentially big news. Openfinance threatening to delist security tokens?
Yeah, so I mean, if you've been paying attention to what's going on in tokenized securities, digital securities in that space, then obviously you've heard of Openfinance. It's one of the major players on the to build out the secondary market side of all of this. And according to CoinDesk, they sent a letter to their users this past week, notifying them that it may have to delist those tokens and suspend trading next month unless they have more revenue come in from the issuers because they're not covering costs. So I think this is part of the larger conversation that's been going on with this space. But the kind of the issue around this is that tokenized securities first need to get issued. First, we need regulatory compliance, then we need lots of issuance. And a lot of people are working on that. And a lot of really great news has come out and a lot of movement is in that space. But building a business model on the secondary market piece of this, unfortunately, is taking time to get into place. It hasn't scaled as fast as they would like. And according to them, if they don't get new fees coming in, they're not going to be able to continue trading the tokenized securities on their platform. Non-tokenized securities will continue trading according to the email. It's not clear exactly what kind of traditional instruments Openfinance lists, but they've said that we've asked the issuers currently listed on the platform to renew their listing agreements and cover a portion of our costs, including annual listing fees, which is common in large public markets where issuers pay exchanges for listing services. The Openfinance lists what are
Ethan, but in this scenario, right? The security tokens that Openfinance is particularly calling out security tokens for this. Is there more overhead for listing security tokens, or is this a kind of a cash grab where Openfinance is everyone's struggling financially because of Corona, and they're trying to say, hey, maybe we can make some money, more income by charging the security tokens for listing?
So, Openfinance lists what are called alternative assets in the private security space. So, and some of those that we've seen are like Blockchain Capital, Spice, Lottery.com's LDCC, things like that. And the issue in that is while there is amazing stuff going on, we have a couple stories a week that we can talk about really cool things being tokenized around the world in real estate or patents, music, film, IP, things like that. The reality is that while those projects are scaling in issuance, there is not necessarily yet an enormous demand for secondary market trading. And so I think the issue isn't necessarily that these are expensive, it's just that there's not movement on the secondary side, which is where they're expecting to make their revenue. And so I think that's the problem. I don't think this is a bad sign for security tokens. I think this is a sign of, things have to happen in order. You need regulatory compliance, and then you need issuance, and then that creates the opportunity to have the liquidity of secondary trading. I just don't think we have enough assets with enough people interested in the trading of it. But I think the value of the flexibility and the ideas of being able to, the ideas that tokenization brings to the efficiency of operating an asset in terms of the finances of it make a lot of sense. But the trading of it hasn't really happened yet. This doesn't necessarily place any risk because these are tokenized. The issuer and the transfer agents maintain the ownership records. So even if Openfinance delists them, that doesn't mean they disappear. And interestingly enough, the Securitize just announced a peer-to-peer digital securities trading service called Instant Access this week, which would allow people to send someone a link, and that link then would be a one-click way for somebody to express interest in buying a tokenized security, and then they have to go through if they have the KYC and things like that in place, then they can buy it that way. So I think that while we're seeing negative stories a negative story in this space in this way, other people are moving tremendously forward in this space. TokenSoft, Polymath, T0, tons of cool stuff being announced constantly. I just think maybe is it too early to build a stable business model solely around secondary trading? I guess we'll have to see.